WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us. It has been a beautiful spring day across most of the viewing area, but this may be the literal calm before the storm. We could be in for severe weather just in time for Easter Sunday. For more on what we can expect and when, we turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson for our first look.
Well, Andrea, indeed, it's a very nice afternoon. A live view in Louisville, Mississippi shows a great day, albeit cool. We'll have another nice day tomorrow, but let's talk about Sunday, Easter. 75 degrees, severe storms likely in the afternoon. Now, we will have some storms around in the morning, rain and storms, maybe some isolated strong storms early, but I think the best bet for us, the main severe weather event, will be in the afternoon and evening hours here. Prime heating, a lot of wind energy in the atmosphere, hail, large hail, damaging wind, tornadoes, some of which could be strong and on the ground for a long extended period of time, in addition to flooding with the potential for 1 to 4 inches of rain. We are in this level 4 risk as far as the severe weather outlook. The bullseye here centered right over the WCBI coverage area, all of central Mississippi, West Alabama. So we are really under the gun. Take tonight, take tomorrow to get your severe weather safety kit ready to go. Your batteries, your weather radio, make sure that's ready to go. It's always good to have multiple ways of getting watch and warning information. Your phone should be charged and ready to go as well, and grab some cash just in case things go south here on Sunday. So the best place to be will be in storm shelters, basements, safe rooms. The worst place to be on Sunday, mobile homes and unsturdy structures. We'll detail everything hour by hour here, Andrea, coming up in just a few more minutes.
All right, with that heightened threat of severe weather this weekend, many communities are standing by to open their storm shelters for the public while also trying to practice social distancing. In Vernon, Alabama, the town's only storm shelter will be open Sunday. The mayor is asking those who come to bring face masks, gloves, and blankets if they would like. The gloves will be provided for anyone who does not have their own set.
It's important because a lot of people don't live in the kind of structure that can withstand the type of winds and tornado if it comes through. This shelter is rated for a tornado up to over 260 miles an hour. Most homes can't handle that, and so if you're home by yourself, you're elderly or somewhere and you're not sure that you feel safe at home, that's what the shelter is here for.
Now, if you're in Vernon, Alabama and would like to go to that shelter Sunday, it's located next to Vernon City Hall on the McDonald's side. The COVID-19 epidemic has people in the community pulling together to help others. The United Way of North Central Mississippi is offering assistance to families who've been directly affected. Our Stephanie Poole looked into the program today. She joins us in the studio with more on what they're doing. Stephanie.
That's right, Andrea. Layoffs and small businesses shut down. Financial hardships are placing many local families in a world of uncertainty. But they're not in this alone. The United Way has begun a COVID-19 emergency management fund to help keep them afloat every step of the way.
These are not problems. Problems you can set on the back burner. These are challenges that have to be met for, at the forefront.
Candy Creasing is the executive director of the United Way of North Central Mississippi. She says the organization has developed this assistance program to support people through this critical time of need.
We've established an emergency management fund that people can donate to for either food purchases or to help with rent and utilities and mortgages. There's going to be repercussions and people still sitting, I'm still on furlough, I'm still unemployed, I still need food.
Residents in Oktibbeha, Choctaw, Webster, and Winston counties are eligible to receive assistance through the fund. But first, there's a few steps to follow.
The applications are online, and the way the system is set up, once they're filled out online, it will alert the office that you have an application, and then we will proceed with the next steps, which is a review of all the documents, and it's real specific on the application what documents we need. Most importantly, if it's a rent mortgage, we will need validation of where the check needs to be paid to. If it's a utility bill, of course we'll need a copy of the utility bill so we'll know who to pay.
With the possibility of a high demand, Creasing says all people who apply must be directly affected by the pandemic.
This has to be COVID-19 related. This is because you have either been furloughed or laid off, or even maybe, released from your job and you've lost your funds, you've lost your salaries. So, and to verify that, there's a document we will, and the contact information we'll need with the employer.
The United Way of North Central Mississippi is also hosting an emergency food drive to help with food insecurity in our area during this time. Donations will be accepted until April 26th. For more information on how you can donate or receive COVID-19 Emergency Assistance Management Fund, visit our website, wcbi.com.
An area fire department is stepping up to help fellow first responders better protect themselves when responding to a call. The Central Oktibbeha Volunteer Fire Department spent the morning making hundreds of face shields for firefighters and EMTs in the county. These shields will be used to cover their faces when they're out working a scene. Responders say this is their way of being proactive and keeping everyone safe.
This helps protect us from getting droplets in our faces. Also, for the ambulance, it can help protect them. The paramedics, as they're trying to help patients get better. And I just realized we had a need for those. A lot of people making the face masks. These clear face shields are in very short supply.
The face shields have been delivered to all volunteer fire departments in Oktibbeha County. Additional ones are being sent to OCH. The hospital, in fact, helped pay for about 75% of the supplies that were used to make these face shields. Well, there's a refund coming for some students at Mississippi State University, the University of Mississippi, and MUW. Students who lived on campus in residence halls will receive a prorated refund. All students with dining plans will have their balance rolled over to the fall semester. Graduating seniors will receive a prorated refund on their remaining balance, and there will be refunds also prorated for parking for all commuter students and those who did not remain in campus housing after March 12th. Administrators at MSU and Ole Miss say refunds will be applied to students' accounts and will first apply to any current outstanding charges. Any unused balance will be distributed to students through direct deposit or a refund check. All late payments and financing charges will be waived through the end of the semester. The refund dates are based on the date that the universities closed following spring break. Now let's take a look at the COVID-19 cases in Mississippi. 209 new cases are being reported here in the state. 6 new deaths are being reported. That brings the state's total number of cases to just under 2,500, and there are 82 total deaths. The counties with the highest number of COVID-19 related deaths include Lauderdale, Jackson, and Hancock counties. For a closer breakdown of the numbers, the State Department of Health has all of this information on its website. A University of Mississippi Medical Center drive-in testing center will be in Chickasaw County next week. The one-day mobile collection will be April 14th at the Chickasaw Agri Center in Houston. Now, you do have to be screened on the C-Spire Health UMM virtual COVID-19 triage telehealth app before being assigned an appointment. If you do not have a smartphone, you can call the number that you see there on your screen. All appointments will be given to people who are symptomatic for COVID-19 and need testing. Only those people will get the testing. Those being tested cannot leave their vehicles. UMMC will notify those who are tested of their results. Several Starkville residents are facing violations today after supposedly attending a party. 7 citations were issued for a party on Loomis Drive. This was last night. Starkville and Oktibbeha County, remember, are under a curfew from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. This is through April the 20th. If you're caught violating the curfew, you could face up to $1,000 in fines. A Lowndes County crash ends with 2 vehicles in a ditch. The accident happened on Highway 69 about 9:30 this morning in front of Sobley Pool Company. A truck that was hauling a trailer and an SUV were involved in the accident. At least 1 person was taken to the hospital with what were believed to be minor injuries. Columbus police are investigating the crash.
For churches, this Easter Sunday will look different than any other Easter in recent memory. We'll tell you how churches are preparing for a big celebration in spite of a global pandemic. We'll have that story coming up on WCBI News.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Andrea Self.
As Christians celebrate Good Friday, churches across our area and the entire state are planning services for online or drive-in only crowds. Allie Martin talked to several pastors who tell us how they are adapting to social distancing orders and at the same time getting the message to a much larger audience.
Easter is the most important holiday in the Christian faith. Every year, churches spend months getting ready for that special Easter service. And this year, although the pews will be empty, the celebration will go on as scheduled. Wednesday evening, a scaled-down praise team practiced music for the Easter service at West Jackson Street Baptist Church.
We're going to sing songs that are encouraging to the church so that they can sing along right at home with us.
For more than a month now, West Jackson Street Baptist, like many other churches, have held online-only services with music and the message in an empty sanctuary.
And they're excited. Here's the problem. For everything that the crowd got right,
At Faith Baptist Church in Saltillo, Pastor Phil Ellis and the staff were just starting to explore YouTube and other online viewing options when the coronavirus pandemic hit. Dr. Ellis says he is finding an eager audience during these unique times.
It is a very receptive time for people to hear the truth that can set them free. And so at any time of crisis presents itself for people to think again about what they've been basing their lives on.
Heal the land. We know that you're going to get glory from this.
Temple of Compassion and Deliverance Pastor Clarence Park says now is the time for churches to be cautious but creative when it comes to praise and worship services. The church will host a drive-in service Easter Sunday, and he also expects a large online audience.
We're going to come out Sunday. My wife and others, they want everybody to create something like a Jesus Christ pom-pom, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to just come out and just cheer and thank God for the resurrection and things of that nature. We just going to come out and we just going to cheer and praise God for him being who he is and giving us life.
Every pastor we talked with for this story said they hope when this pandemic is over with that no one will ever take for granted again the ability and the freedom to meet together for worship on Easter Sunday or any time of the year. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Now, there's been some confusion about drive-in church services and if those are allowed under social distancing guidelines. A spokesperson with Governor Tate Reeves' office said while the state is encouraging churches to have online services, drive-in services are permitted as long as people stay inside their cars. All right, so church service, early service should be okay, but things will probably get dicey after that.
Indeed, there will be some rain and storms around early Sunday, but yeah, by the afternoon, Andrea, definitely things to watch out for. We may have some wall-to-wall coverage here, and of course you can catch our simulcast on these stations, including 99.9 and 107.1. Always wise to have multiple ways of getting warning information. One of those ways, the WCBI mobile app. Share your pictures and videos with us as well. Your full forecast, and we'll talk about that Easter Sunday outbreak, the full forecast in that next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
It's been a stunning day weather-wise, bright blue sky, refreshing northerly breeze. It's a bit cool out there considering how warm it's been so far this year. You can see the leaves bouncing up there with our Vernon Sky Cam there at Durham's Pharmacy. But overall, a nice day. I got half of my yard mowed today, the other half tomorrow morning before the storms on Sunday. These are the current numbers, upper 50s to low 60s. And it will be a chilly evening and a chilly night. We're forecasting mid to upper 30s out there. The wind is going to go calm or very light, and that will support a frost threat up here, especially across the northern tier. Boonville, Corinth, Iuka, also Ripley, these areas in blue. We have a frost advisory for tonight that goes through 9 o'clock in the morning. By 9, we're 53, we're sunny, a mix of sunny clouds during the day, 71 at 4 o'clock, winds from the southeast. It will be a pretty nice day to get things done around the house. Upper 60s to low 70s across the board here on our Saturday. High pressure will move away, and that will allow that area of low pressure in California to come our way for Sunday, and that's why we are talking about this, the severe weather outlook. The biggest event so far this year, tornadoes, wind, hail, flooding, all possible here with this level 4 threat. I want to show you the wind field here. We have low-level winds in the blue and the mid-level winds with these white arrows, and they will be maximized here in North Mississippi and West Alabama Sunday afternoon. That will give rise to spinning storms, and our storm spin potential lighting up like a Christmas tree here all afternoon on Sunday going into Sunday evening. So what all of that means is that we will have a chance for some rotating storms that could produce large hail, damaging wind, tornadoes, and some of those could be strong tornadoes. So just have a plan of action in case we get severe weather here in your backyard on Sunday. So in the near term, clear, quiet, cool tonight, lows down into the 30s, patchy frost possible. A mix of sunny clouds tomorrow, probably blue sky as we wake up, but by the afternoon, some of those high cirrus clouds start to stream on in, upper 60s to low 70s. And then as we get into tomorrow night, the clouds fill back in, they thicken lower. We'll see rain showers mixed with some thunder showers, thunderstorms going into Sunday morning. A lot of the activity early Sunday, probably through late morning, will be fairly stable in nature. We don't really expect any severe weather until probably after 11 o'clock or maybe afternoon on Sunday. And then all bets are off here, especially if we can get these isolated, discrete supercell storms to form. Those would be the ones that would have the highest tornado potential. Temperatures will be warming up. It will be very windy on Sunday, even outside of the storms. We could see some wind gusts over 30 miles per hour. We may see the first wave move through and then a second and final wave move through during the evening hours, and that will have to be watched as well. All of the rough stuff should be done by midnight Sunday, and then we're home free getting into next week. Rainfall potential anywhere from 1 to 4 inches. That could cause some flooding out there, so just be advised. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. A great day tomorrow. Take advantage of it to be prepared for the storms on Sunday. After Easter Sunday, we're really looking good next week. Monday, mostly sunny, 65. Below average, though, for the middle of next week, a lower 60s, lows back into the 30s. Can't rule out some patchy frost for the middle of next week either. We'll rebound back to around 70 by Friday.
And now a reminder to all Mississippi residents, the entire state is under a burn ban until further notice. Governor Reeves issued an executive order yesterday calling for the ban. At the request of the State Forestry Commission, all outdoor burning is prohibited. There are no exceptions for agricultural or prescribed burns. Anyone caught violating the burn ban can be fined. Coming up, another Bulldog throws his name into the NBA draft hat. More on Nick Weatherspoon's decision coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Mississippi State men's basketball and Ben Howland will be in desperate need of scoring next season as another Bulldog announces they'll be going pro. Rising senior guard Nick Weatherspoon has declared for the 2020 NBA draft. Weatherspoon announcing on his Twitter account. Weatherspoon set career highs in scoring and assists in 2020, averaging just under 12 points and 4 assists a game. Weatherspoon becomes the third Bulldog to declare for the draft early, including Reggie Perry and Robert Woodard II. So Mississippi State hoops, men's hoops, will be losing about 74% of its scoring from this past season. Perry and Woodard II declaring for the NBA draft as sophomores. Woodard has not signed an agent and maintained his eligibility, so there is a legitimate chance he could come back. It's possible. Tyson Carter, a senior this past season, and now add Nick Weatherspoon to the bunch. Multiple reports saying Weatherspoon will not be maintaining his eligibility and will be going all in on the NBA draft. Mississippi State has yet to make it official, but as we reported last night, the Bulldogs are expected to hire Old Dominion head coach Nikki McCray-Penson to take over Hail State hoops. The 2012 Women's Basketball Hall of Fame member coming off a season as the 2020 CUSA Conference Coach of the Year. MSU Athletics plane was spotted at George M. Bryant Field around 3:30 p.m. They are expected to make the hire. We'll have the latest coming up at 10 right here on WCBI Sports. But that's it for sports. We'll have the last look at your forecast coming up next.
It's a great Friday afternoon. Temperatures in the lower 60s. Look at all that blue sky. If you're going out for a stroll this evening, it looks pretty nice. Now, we'll be chilly. 37 patchy frost possible, so if you have some tender vegetation, plan accordingly. Our Saturday, 71 degrees. Clouds increase. Sunday, as we mentioned earlier, severe storms are possible. Join us for the update on WCBI News at 10 tonight. We'll have an update on the latest model data and the latest trends. After that system, Andrea, we're looking at some nice weather next week. Temperatures in the 60s, but all eyes are on Sunday.
It always ends up that way. Great weather after the bad weather.
I know, right?
All right, that's the news at 6. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.